guys, how's it going? I come to town with nothing to do. Actually, I just updated my bank book, that's all. Had some lunch, had a cup of tea, wandered around. Nothing special to do, but I thought I'll come in the camera shop and have a look at the Sony RX02. Look at this. Nice little camera, tiny little thing. It's got a mic in it, it's an external mic, but it's got the Zenith lens on it. So DJI and GoPro both have image stabilizing, and they cost in Thai baht around 12,500. This thing here costs 21,000. So I don't know what the big difference is, but the image quality is very good. But if I buy a new one, I'm gonna look at the DJI Action, because you can run with it because it has great image stabilization. But I wanted to tell you, I nearly forgot. Last night I went out to check on Sugar. You know how I always take her a snack in the evening. Well, I went out there. It was late. It was about 1 o'clock by the time I finished the video, and I seen something on the floor, and I'm like, does that look like water? Because of the way the light outside was created a shadow. And I went over to look, and I got closer and closer, and I thought I was standing on water, but I actually stood on the tail of a python. I forget the exact name, but I'll put it in here for you to read, okay? And but beautiful, beautiful markings. It's like just over 2 meters long, something like taller than me probably. But I grabbed my phone and went outside and recorded it, because I knew you guys would like to see. What do you think? So what happened, I had a stick that I have in the workshop. It's got some sponge on it that I made so that I can sort of push him along without hurting him. And I got him to go down to the edge. They wanted to go back to the river, right? So I went down there, pushed him back that way, and then made some noises. And then he ran down, went fast towards the river. But he could still be around tonight. But it's a big boy and beautiful markings. People say, hey, is there snakes in the area? I can say that was the biggest snake I've seen in my garden. And the reason I keep coming is because the nature is more balanced. When I first moved there was nothing. It was burnt from the sun and burnt from chemicals where they just kept putting chemicals on it. They didn't take care of anything. They just sprayed it with chemicals. Well, now it's coming back, and there's birds and bugs and everything. So there's like an ecosystem there, and you know, snakes are one of the things that are looking for the rats and the mice and all the other critters that run through the garden. So it's exciting. Hey guys, home again. Back to peace and quiet now. Too much noise in the mall. I had to get away. Come home, feed everybody, and then chill out time again. I showed the lady in the camera store. I go in there once a month, once or so, and there's two actually. She's the one I spoke to today. Showed me that new Sony. And there's another little one that I talked to, and the bigger one was in there today. So I showed her the video. I actually recorded that snake on the on my phone. So I showed her the video, and she said, "Wow, beautiful." I said, "Yeah." She goes, "What did you do with it?" I said, "Let it chase it down the hill back to the river." She goes, "So it's around your house still?" I think people worry too much about everything. First of all, a python's not poisonous. It just, you know, it wraps itself around and squeezes something, right? Well, if it wraps itself around me, I can unwrap it. So, and it's not going to bother Sugar because it's not big enough. It might have been happy to go in with the budgies, but he can't get in with the budgies. So his head's way too big to get in with the budgies. So there was no danger. He got upset because I stood on him. I thought it was water with the way the shadow was until he jumped up in the air. I was like, whoop! So I managed to get away from him before he tried to come and get me. But the joys of living here, right? You know, and one thing is everybody has an opinion, right? And I'm entitled to my opinion. And I think if you leave nature alone, it'll take care of itself. But one of the things, if you've lived here in Thailand and in the countryside, you'll see this. Every tree, somebody wants to cut it down. A bird, they want to trap it. Squirrels, they want to kill it. Fish, they'll fish it until it's empty. So there's no sort of thoughts about management, about am I doing too much, am I hurting something? You know, there's these little birds. I have a clip here, I'll put this clip in this so you can see this little bird. So that bird is very skits, and it doesn't like to be around people. And when I first moved here, there was none of them around, and then they started coming into the garden. But as soon as you walk out the house, they would run. Now I can walk around the garden and they can be 2 or 3 meters away from me, and they won't move. They'll just walk around. The younger ones, some of the younger ones will run, but the older ones will just say, oh, it's only him. So this is my point. You know, if you respect nature, nature will respect you back. So if you cut all the trees down, one, it's very hot, there's no shade, you know, and then so you have to take care of the bigger trees to create shade for other things to grow. So if you want to be happy in life, it seems like the minimalist way of living, to be healthy, to be happy, keep things simple. On that note, I'll say good night. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. Look out for snakes. Good night.